Hey, what's going on, everybody? Ricky Johnson, Mason Mac Mortgage, here with
Mary Johnson, Mason Mac Mortgage.
Yeah, so welcome back, episode 2. We just got back from a lunch and learn at Kingman Premier Properties where we had some delightful Cracker Barrel for lunch. Talked a little AI.
Ricky talked AI.
And got a possible prequel while we're there. Yeah, good times.
Yeah, so we appreciate Kingman Premier Properties to
absolutely
invite us in and let us chat with them and break bread, and it was fun.
So today our focus is on manufactured homes. I would say in our area, especially here in Kingman, it's a predominant of what's happening in the business right now. What do you say?
I would say right now, with affordable housing issues, that is definitely a way for folks to find more in their price point, their price, what they want to have as their mortgage payment, what they want as their down payment. So I think all of those things lead to manufactured homes, which is a great option for folks, especially first-time home buyers. So we love doing it. We're very comfortable with manufactured homes, and so we're here to answer all the questions. And we have our list. We're ready. I want to start with. So what we do at Mason Mac is, what we do. But there are other lenders that offer different options.
Right.
So I would always suggest checking with your lender
for sure
on what they do, because some don't do single wides.
Right. Yeah.
Some, so there's certain things that some lenders just they won't do. So definitely, I would always suggest that you give your scenario to your lender. That's super important.
For sure. Now, what do you think is the stigma against manufactured homes that's out there?
Well, it used to be mobile homes. That was kind of the trailers, mobile homes. That was kind of the stigma. Personally, my folks bought this magnificent double-wide, huge manufactured home, and it came out of a factory. So it was built under climate control.
Right.
And it was brought in, and it was. I was super impressed. I think manufactured homes get a very bad rap.
Right.
In housing. So I think I think you and I need to change that stigma.
Let's do it. That's why we're here, right?
All right.
There we go. So the first question on the list, on our fancy list, is how do the age and condition of manufactured home affect financing?
So the one thing is manufactured homes, it has to be June 15th, 1976 or newer. So that is the biggest thing. And the reason that is because they put in like electrical guidelines and things like that, safety, things to make it more safe.
Sure.
And that was kind of that cutoff date. So that's it's not just some date that they picked. Condition wise, as a manufactured home versus a single family residence, I think there's not as much difference as there used to be. I think you have to make sure that the skirting is in good shape. The tongue has been removed. When they pull it in from the hitch, and so there are those kind of things are different. It has to be real property. So you have to have what's called an affidavit of a fixture, which ties the manufactured home and the land together. So now it's real property. That's something that has to be done before we close. So if it's not done when you put in an offer, it's got to be done by the time we close.
Right.
So
yeah.
So I think those are, and we have seen those. We've seen that they've made the tongue a
flower bed. It was a flower bed. No joke. Flower bed. Yeah. And then also with that comes into the engineer certification.
So if there's any attachments to the manufactured home, let's say you've added onto it, you've got an awning, you've got a deck, you've got your stairs attached to the manufactured home, we'll have to get an engineer cert, which states that the structural integrity of the property has not been compromised by adding that weight to the manufactured home. And then you have the foundation certification from an engineer, and that's for like government loans. So FHA requires tie downs. That means that if we get hurricane level winds or those kind of things, that they're tied to the ground and they're not going to blow away. So that's what the tie downs are for.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of FHA, let's go into that realm. What loan products are available for manufactured homes?
Well, just about all of them. So conventional is, so that's Fannie, Freddie, conventional, and that's 5% down. FHA is 3.5% down. VA is no down. USDA is a little bit more different.
Right.
So you want to?
Yeah, it's so you can do a manufactured home with USDA. It has to be 12 months or newer, and no one has lived in it. And it has to be both those stipulations. It can't be one or the other. So that's the tricky part when it comes to the USDA product. But it is possible. So
yeah. And I think USDA is starting to look at things and trying to I think come up a little bit with some products in the future.
Right.
They've been talking. They're doing some pilot programs. So I think maybe that's definitely going to help.
Right.
Our down payment assistance programs allow for double wide manufactured homes.
Yeah.
Not single wide. So that that's a little bit of a difference. I think the other thing with loan programs is VA will allow for the manufactured home to be moved once. And I would have you check with your lender. There are some lenders, from my understanding, that are offering loans with the manufactured home, not VAs, when the manufactured home's been moved. So it's always...
When on that, there's even some companies that are doing pre-HUD, pre-1976 as well.
Yeah. So I think there's products and there's loan programs for you out there. It's not every lender offers every type of program. So sometimes you may have to ask questions and ask your lender who does those. I mean, if we can't do it, I don't want to say I can't do it. I want to say, here's who does. So I think giving you a solution, we do manufactured homes in park models on leased land.
Yeah.
Manufactured homes, there's a wide variety of programs out there for just about everyone.
Well, and here's a great plug. Like if you're a lender that does some unique manufactured homes, put your company in the comment section so that we know. And if we run into that situation, we'd love to send them your way. And because at the end of the day, it becomes, we just want to benefit the borrower.
Absolutely.
We just want to put them in the best situation that we possibly can. So how does financing for manufactured homes differ from traditional? Like, is there much difference?
Not so much anymore. It used to be a little bit more difficult, the debt to income ratios and
Right.
credit scores, but they've really, I hand it to them. I think they've made it a lot easier and a lot similar
Right.
in some of those aspects.
Yeah.
I think conventional financing does require 5% down.
Right.
You can do second homes
Mm-hmm.
for a manufactured home. So 10%.
Right.
And again, there may be lenders out there that do that, but we do not offer investment properties for manufactured homes.
Right. Yeah.
So.
And then on this subject, what are options and challenges in refinancing a manufactured home?
That is, and I made some notes here for that. So it has to be a double wide, and it is 65% loan to value. So you've got to have quite a bit of equity in the property,
right.
And it's a 20-year term. So they're a little bit tighter on the cash out refinances than a single family residence.
Is it still the same terms if it's just like a rate reduction or switching from like trying to get from FHA to conventional?
Yeah, with no cash out, just doing a rate term.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
If you're talking to a real estate agent, what are some of the things that that you make sure they are on the lookout when they're getting ready to put an offer on a manufactured home?
So I think some of the questions we ask the realtor, if it's a manufactured home, is the data plate there, and that's inside, and it makes sure that the manufactured home was built in accordance to our area. So it has the wind and it has a map of the United States. It makes sure it's zoned for the area that
Right.
you're in. So that's on the inside, and the tags are on the outside. So we'll want to know those. We'll want to know, is there an engineer? Has there been an engineer cert on the property? Has it been moved? I think those are our big triggers,
right.
That we really want to know, because in order to, we have to go and get those if we don't have them, and that costs money.
Right.
So we want to know up front so that you know the cost of buying this home.
Right.
Because there are some some added expenses as far as a manufactured home.
Perfect. Is the appraisal process any different?
The appraiser has to know manufactured homes. That's the biggest thing, because they're going to look at the foundation. They're going to look at the skirting. Is the tongue and the hitch removed,
right.
and those kind of things. So yeah, the appraisers have to know manufactured homes.
Cool. How do credit requirements differ?
Credit requirements are pretty similar across the board nowadays. You always want to have the best credit score you can,
right.
before you purchase a home. So I would always tell you to go talk to your lender, talk to Ricky and Mary Johnson at Mason McDuffie. Even before you look at homes, I think getting your credit house in order, because sometimes it doesn't take long to bump you up. It may be just a matter of paying down some credit cards, which could bump you 40 points,
right.
and that can make a difference in your interest rate you pay, because all of those things matter.
Right.
So that's my suggestion. Always get with a lender that you can talk to ahead of time, so what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Any nuances that you can think of as we wrap up episode 2?
You know, I think we need to continue this conversation. I think we need to bring in an inspector,
Right.
and we have someone that we've asked to join us, because I think what he sees as far as the foundation and some of the uniqueness of a manufactured home in his perspective will be invaluable to all of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited. I think on the lending side, I think we've covered everything, but getting his perspective is going to be great.
Well, and also in chats with trying to get somebody from like escrow, a title company, to come in and go into what they're looking for and what
this
they're
may
digging
be a
into. Yeah, it might be a little multi-series here on manufactured homes.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the information. We'd love for you to comment if you have questions that we can answer for you guys. We'd love for you to like, share, comment, all that.
What's the name of our podcast?
Why Not You?
I had to bring that up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not you?
Why not you? But yeah, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And we'll keep pumping this information out. So thanks, guys, for watching. Hopefully you guys have an awesome day. For us, it's coming up on the weekend, so
we'll be working.
You
can call us.
We'll be working.
Yeah.
And we got a trip coming up.
We do.
Yeah. Let's give a shout out.
Okay, so my oldest is retiring from the Navy, and I'm not old enough to have someone retiring from the Navy. I just want you guys to know. But a big shout out to Charles Johnson in Virginia. We will be there next week to celebrate with him.
Yeah.
What a huge accomplishment. He's been on submarines for 21 years. So yeah, we're super excited about heading out to Virginia.
But we'll still be working. So
we'll still be working.
See you guys. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it. Adios.